Hello and welcome to Anthony's Brick Builds, and today we'll be doing a comparison between two LEGO Star Wars sets. The first will be 75354, the Coruscant Gunship. The set retails for $140 US, contains 1,083 pieces, contains 5 minifigures, and of course the Coruscant Gunship. We also have over here another comparison of the set. We have 753370 ETTE Walker. This came out summer 2022, and it has 1,082 pieces, and it has 8 awesome minifigures as well as a mini build in the set as well. Before we go on further into this comparison, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, turn notifications button on if you have not already. And how I'll be doing is the parameters of this comparison. We'll be going over the minifigures, we'll be going over the play functions of each set, and then we'll be going over their accuracy to their forms in LEGO Star Wars and in the Clone Wars in general. So let's jump right on into the minifigures. So we'll be going over the Coruscant Gunship minifigures first. We have 2 civilians in the set, being Chancellor Palpatine as well as Padme Amidala. Now, funnily enough, this Padme Amidala has the same face as Jyn Erso from the Rogue One sets from 2017 and 16, so that is a little bit funny, but I do really like Chancellor Palpatine's print on his torso and kind of like dress piece down here. It looks really cool, and they did an amazing job on that figure. Padme Amidala looks alright. And then we also have Commander Fox right here. Pretty all around an alright figure. It does have a massive flaw with that printing on the torso. And this part that's white right below the chest piece should be red, so it is inaccurate to the source material. It also has 2 large hand cannons on his gun. On his hands, he has 2 large hand cannons. And also has a printed waistcape. Probably some of the best figures in this set, though, are the Shock Troopers. They look really good, even though they have those really weird-looking helmet holes. And even though I know they're supposed to use for minifigures like Commander Fox, they still don't look good at all on grunts or kind of like specialist troopers like these. But besides that, the printing, it looks pretty good around the rest of the figure. There's not as bad as a kind of like drift on the top of the printing up here, so that looks pretty good. We'll be moving on to the ATTE figures. We have Commander Cody, which is an incredible minifigure. Looks amazing, has the visor up and down. His head looks just incredible. I mean, it's a really, really good minifigure. We also have 3 212 troopers included in this set. The rest of the printing looks pretty good, but the helmets, again, with those helmet holes, really make the printing on the top bow in. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's supposed to kind of come out to both sides, not come in. It's really weird how these new prints work. We also have a clone gunner in this set with the same kind of problem with the helmet, but all in all, it does look pretty good. Use some regular clone legs. Also, there's 3 battle droids in this set, as well as a dwarf spider droid. Dwarf spider droid looks pretty good. Wish we did have a crab droid in here, because it is a Revenge of the Sith set. You see Utapau in the background, even though they have the clone symbol on it, it's a Revenge of the Sith set. So all in all, going over each kind of like set of minifigures, I do think since the Coruscant Gunship has a couple more flaws and larger printing errors, I am going to go with the 212 troopers and with the ATTE over the Gunship, because the figures look pretty good. It is nice to have 8 minifigures for $140 when you have 5 over here. So going to be definitely going with the ATTE on this one. So now we'll be going over play features of each set. We'll be starting off with the Gunship again, and we'll be going over the play features like I just said. But we'll be starting on top of the Gunship and going down. We have these really weird looking turrets right here on both sides with some stud shooters, which work how stud shooters normally work. You fire them and then they go somewhere else, you never find them again. There's also a pretty cramped troop compartment where you can fit a couple of minifigures in there. As you can see, there is not a lot of room, and if I have big fingers and I have a hard time getting in there, but it does look pretty nice. I guess a little, and like, look, it bounces off. Then we have this little compartment that has basically absolutely nothing in here. Don't even know why there's even a compartment in here when you can fit diddly or squat in there. But as that closes back up, it has a really nice Republic symbol. And if you guys want to see a full review of both these sets, just go onto my YouTube channel and you'll find them. Moving on to the back of the gunship, we do have the ball turret right back here, which looks pretty cool, and a little kind of like compartment on either side. So that's a pretty cool kind of like little comparison. And then over here, we do have this, how the doors open, a nice sliding door. And as you can see, my fainted shock trooper in there. Then we also have the cockpit area, which can fit both minifigures. Cannot fit Palpatine because of his kind of waistcape. But it does. You do have two really nice ball turrets that don't come off at all when you're wiggling it around. So I find that a really good play feature, and they did do a good job not having it pop off. Now I'll be going over the ATTE. Now the ATTE looks really good with play features of having kind of, you have the top of the turret area where you have your clone gunner. Then you also have the cannon, which moves up and down pretty easily. And also on both sides, there are some pretty nice looking stud shooters. Move the gunship out of the way. We have how you open the front area is by pinching these two parts. It opens and you can get out your 212th trooper and you can slide him back in pretty easily. Now, what I really like about this is that there is two really good parts for opening it. You can open it like this, and your gunner can stay in the seat. Then you also have a seat rack which can come out, so that looks pretty good, and you can fit that back in like so. And then there are some other things like a thermal detonator case back there. And now we can close everything back up pretty easily, and looks like it has not just been opened. There are some sticker details on this, and as you push this back and open this up, you can have the kind of troop storage area where you can put a bunch of clone troopers on the inside. And I really do like how the inside did turn out with these kind of like there's 2x2 half tile, half stud little plates. They look really good. And as we close the back up again, it does look, again, pretty accurate to the source material. And then on the back, you do have ball turrets, but unlike the gunship, they do pop off fairly easily, so you got to be a little bit more careful when you fling them around. But they do look pretty good. There's 4 more on the front, and it does look pretty good. They do have like some nice damage with some stickers on both sides, but with play features, pretty accurate and pretty good. Now let's get over their accuracy to source material. And after going over my thoughts, I just rewatched that clip, and I do definitely think that the ATTE definitely has a lot better play features and a lot more kind of like compartments that you can put stuff into, as well as posing the legs and all that awesome stuff. Going over accuracies, I definitely think it's really weird that they don't have the little bubble turrets on both sides. So there's a point docked on the gunship, and also not be able to put as many troopers as you want in there does not bode as well for the gunship as well. So I bet you kind of think the way I'm kind of leaning in this video, and kind of how the rest of the gunship coming out, just like the UCS one has happened. And plus you can't even fit anything in here. I mean, I can stuff a couple things in there, but that's just about it. I don't even know why it's even included unless there's like not even like a little armor stand or something. But another part, I do like that you can lift up the gunship by this handle. It does look pretty good. And you also can lift up the ATTE this way. Both handles are pretty good, and I can confidently move them from place to place without them breaking. And for gunships, since it's a ship, has some great swooshability to it. Does bode pretty good for the model, but going over accuracies in this is because this is the part of the video. The ATTE has a lot more really cool stuff going for it. I do like that it's more of an all-terrain walker than the gunship. Definitely wish the gunship was a little bit bigger. It feels a little bit cramped on this size, and I know it's a Coruscant guard gunship, but I really do wish it was a regular gunship. It looked really cool seeing a real gunship just like this in Lego Star Wars. That would be pretty cool, even though it's a little bit more downscaled than it should be. But all in all, I think it's going to be straight A's for the ATTE. I think it has some really good figures, some really good play details, very accurate to the source material, even though it is a Revenge of the Sith set marked as a Clone Wars set. But that's besides the point, but straight A's for the ATTE. Thank you guys for joining me for this wonderful episode of Anthony's Brick Builds. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, turn that notifications button on if you have not already. And I'll see you guys in the next LEGO Star Wars video and more comparisons to come. See you guys then. May the Force be with you.